Hello, it's time for our daily story with Auntie Roo. And today's story is called Ruby Flew Too by Janathan Emmett and Rebecca Harry. And Ruby is a duckling. Are you sitting comfortably? Are you ready? I'll read and I'll show you the pictures. Once upon a time, upon a nest beside a lake, there lived two ducks, a mother duck and a father duck. Here they are. There were 5 eggs in the nest. Mother duck sat upon the nest all day and all night, through howling wind and driving rain, looking after the eggs, all 5 of them. She had 5 eggs in the nest, and she laid on them, sat on them day and night. When there was very strong wind and even during the rain. This is what birds do. They lay on the eggs, they sit on the eggs to keep them warm until they hatch. Then one bright morning, the eggs began to hatch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little beaks poked out into the sunlight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little ducklings shook their feathers in the breeze. We'll call them Rufus, Rory, Rosie and Rebecca, said Father Duck, and Mother Duck agreed. These are the 4 ducklings, Father Duck and Mother Duck. And they're gonna call them Rufus, Rory, Rosie and Rebecca. Well, what about the 5th one? There's a missing one. But the 5th egg did nothing. But the 5th egg did nothing. Will it ever hatch? Said Father Duck. It will, said Mother Duck, in its own time. See? Mother Duck, Father Duck, the 4 ducklings, and they're all watching the 5th egg that did not hatch yet. It will hatch in its own time, when it's ready. And sure enough, it did. She's very small, said Father Duck. What shall we call her? We'll call her Ruby, said Mother Duck, because she's small and precious. And it finally hatched. And a little duckling came out of the egg, and they called her Ruby because she is small and precious. Rufus, Rory, Rosie and Rebecca ate whatever they were given. They ate anything and everything, but Ruby ate nothing. Will she ever eat? Said Father Duck. She will, said Mother Duck, in her own time. See, all the little ducklings, the 4 of them, were eating everything. But Ruby hardly ate anything, nothing at all. And sure enough, she did. She started eating. Rufus, Rory, Rosie and Rebecca swam off whenever they were able. They swam anywhere and everywhere, but Ruby swam nowhere. "Will she ever swim?" said Father Duck. "She will," said Mother Duck, in her own time. And sure enough, she did. Rufus, Rory, Rosie, and Rebecca grew bigger. And Ruby grew bigger too. Her feathers grew out and her wings grew broad and beautiful. See? They all grew bigger. And this is Ruby with her wings stretched out wide. And when Rufus, Rory, Rosie and Rebecca began to fly, guess what? Ruby flew too. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can fly. Rufus, Rory, Rosie and Rebecca flew far and wide. They flew out across the water. They flew up among the trees. But Ruby flew farther and wider and flew out beyond the water, very, very far. Flew very, very far, farther away. She flew up above the trees and flew anywhere and everywhere. She stretched out her beautiful wings and soared high among the clouds. See? This is Ruby. Look at her wings. Soaring is flying, soaring among the clouds. Mother Duck and Father Duck watched Ruby flying off into the distance. "Will she ever come back?" said Mother Duck. "She will, Father Duck," said Father Duck, in her own time. And a lot of time passed by, and sure enough, she did. She grew up and she started her own family. This is Ruby, and this is the duck, and this is her family with the little ducklings, and she started her own family, and she came back to visit her father and mother. That's the end of our story today. Ruby flew too, and this is a very special story to me because I shared it with my best friend Nada, and we gave a storytelling session about using this book. And until we meet again with a new story with Auntie Roo, bye-bye.